Oh wait,
I've already pressed record. Hello, welcome back to the Tim Tom podcast. As you can probably have already heard from the chuckling, he's kinda back.
I'm still fighting the case. Haven't escaped yet. I lost it actually. I'm calling from prison.
From the Myanmar detention centre.
Yeah, that's the last time I volunteered to be a drug mule.
You were never going to do that case if you got caught.
But you know what might take my mind off of this prospective 30 years in a jail in Myanmar?
The new DJ Khaled album.
No, that probably made me end it right here. It's a new Tyler Creator project, which I heard about before I left. Then I got arrested. Then it came out, and in these dark, trying times, it's really been lifting my spirits somewhat. So I'd like to talk about it. It's called I don't know if you've heard of it, Tom. It's pretty niche. It's pretty original. It's called Igor. Have you heard of it?
I've heard Igor.
Oh, a man of good taste. I see. Okay, we're gonna talk about Igor. We're gonna talk about Son of Assad by
Father of Assad.
Sorry?
Father of Assad.
Yes, Father of Assad. By God himself, DJ Khaled. And then we're gonna talk about Groceries by Chance the Rapper. I was trying to say it how it's written, but it would just sound the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just got a lowercase o for some reason.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay,
This is
so
sixth studio album. If we count Bastard as an album.
yeah. Then and okay, what was the whole thing surrounding it? Because in regards to what you were saying about it before it came out, like don't judge it like my previous projects and stuff.
He gave you instructions. He was like, "This is not. Don't think of it as a rap album. Don't think of it as a Tyler Creator album. Just think of it as an album. Listen to it all in one go with volume, with no distractions." That's what he said. And
I mean,
so I did that. You didn't. Am I correct?
Well, I did the second time.
Well, that's not the first time, is it?
No, well, the first time I was just walking around outside, going for a nature walk, listening to it.
Well, that's fine.
But there are plenty of distractions. No, I mean it got me off. I think it's a good album. Don't get me wrong. It's just that don't think it's the Tyler Creator album because despite it starts off with this bold new direction and it's generally in this new direction, but there's these like Tyler always uses these same jazz chords on and it's just it was that was reminding me it's Tyler the Creator all the time. So I was expecting something a bit more out there, and it does start off very well. It's just that there's a bit of a dull point near the end, but I think it ends strong, and I think it's a good project. It's just that don't think of it as a Tyler the Creator album. Like I don't see what he was trying to do with that, because I will think of it as that because I mean it sounds like him, you know. So I thought that was a bit of a pointless point to make about it.
Well, I think he just didn't want it to be compared to his other albums.
But I think it's better than the vast majority of them. I think it's his second best album. It's not as good as Flower Boy, but that's only due to Flower Boy having some more more lighter instrumentals, and it feels a bit less cramped. Flower Boy feels like it has more room to breathe, and I think it's sequenced a bit better. And it feels like it tells a story, which I think Igor tells a story as well. It
tells much more of a story. This is a concept. This is definitely a concept album.
And okay. Well, I look forward to hearing more about that as you go into the track by track. It is a bold new project though, and I do like it. But Igor's theme, it starts off with these very full-bodied synths and these.
It was the first little snippet he played, wasn't it? The one with all those
Right.
bits of his head.
Yes,
And one
yes,
of them
it
turning.
was.
That was this, but then obviously the drums come in.
Mm.
And
those.
Lil Uzi Vert singing the majority of this song.
And it's I like the fact that he doesn't make a big deal about the features on it.
Yes.
A lot of them are. I think they're all surprises. It doesn't say featuring on any of the tracks.
Yeah, so it all to work it out. He had this picture of his jacket with a bunch of badges with all the names of the features, and that surprised me that Kali Uchis wasn't on here because I swear she was on this song.
Mm.
And Frank Ocean isn't on it either, even though the guy I'm running out of time sounds exactly like him. So, as even when Genius asked the mixing engineer, he doesn't know who all the features were. So, what chance do we have, really? But there are some that are more obvious than others, and I suppose I'll only say it if I'm certain.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I know
if.
for a fact Lil Uzi Vert was singing on this song, and Solange was the female voice.
That's okay. I was wondering who that was, and it's these new drums that he was using on this. They're very crisp and they feel like someone was. I saw this dumb meme about someone saying Tyler's like the Kanye of our time, and it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But
because Kanye is in our time.
Yeah, but the production has been amped up in this. I feel like some aspects it's better in regards to like how he's made these beats. I think they're better than any of the other beats he's done before, in my opinion.
Definitely.
But it's just these synths and these melodies. Sometimes they've really let it down, in my opinion. But Eagle's theme isn't one of them. It has these very full synths, has these very crisp drums. It feels new. It feels powerful. I love this cool hook that's happening, and it adds to this this kind of sense of power underlining the track. I liked it. It's very cool, and
it plays as a sort of opening credits to a film.
Yeah.
Riding around town, they go and feel this one.
Yeah, and it's followed up by Earthquake, the lead single, which follows on very nicely. These two play into each other very nicely, and it has this very, very, very butter smooth 808 on it. I was a big fan of that. I love a smooth 808, and this is one. It has again, there's a lot of use of like multiple voices to form choruses on this. It feels like that's what I was telling you about. That's what I was referring to when I was saying that it didn't feel like a rap album, because despite there being bars and verses of rapping, a lot of the rapping is with the mixing. It's kind of low in the mix, so it feels like it's on the same level as the instrumental a lot of the time. Except on definitely a standout one is when Playboy Carti raps. He's way above the mix. But there's other points where Tyler's rapping and he's just very deep in the mix, and sometimes it's difficult to even like distinguish what he's saying at times.
And he's got this weird effect on his voice on most of his verses, doesn't he?
Yeah,
like on
perhaps that's to distance himself from previous projects on this.
But I think he used it quite a lot on Cherry Bomb. He sounded like this.
Okay.
It starts off. I don't know who this. I think it's Tyler that's singing on the song. When it first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Dev Hynes from Blood Orange," but it definitely isn't. I think it's him. I think it's Tyler. Yeah. You can definitely hear Charlie Wilson on this song, and as you mentioned, Playboy Carti. This is probably the first of many Love on the Rocks songs on this album. We don't know what Tyler's done, but it's his fault, and they can't.
Yeah,
doesn't want them to leave, as the hook keeps saying, and it's so catchy, man.
No, it is catchy, and I think it has a great music video. I really love it. But he's really he's really pushing this album full on. It's not it's a wholehearted like what's the word, attempt like to push this out here with all these. Did you see those photos, those dummies that he had of him as wax models?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think he's done that for any previous project. It's pretty interesting to see it all. Then I think. I mean,
Starts off by requesting for Skate 4, doesn't it?
a reference to the Skate cult video game series. I say Skate 3 is a cult game right now. Like
Definitely.
by now, yeah. I mean, yeah. Skate 3 actually got back into print by people watching so many YouTube videos about it and trying to buy it.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is such
here's one thing.
a drastic change, isn't it, from
Yeah.
the previous song?
I thought the sudden switch to this track was a bit jarring, in my opinion. It was I liked that there is another beat switch later in where it has this very the rhythm in it is driving the track. It's
Yeah, the
very
bridge.
prominent. Yeah, the bridge I really liked, and I liked. Didn't you say like take it to the bridge? Yeah, he did. And there's the hook that he had. Like this time, I think it's for real.
Solange on this song again, fantastic.
Yeah, and it's so if this is a concept album, I think it's telling the story of a breakup, or perhaps several. But
It is a breakup album, 100%.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's good. It's a bit jarring to begin with, but once that bridge happens, I love it. I love it quite a bit. What about you?
Again, he has the sort of effect on his voice that makes... I can't describe what it does, as it's a bit more... I don't know, it just sounds different, but I can't really work out why that is.
That's all right.
The beat's a lot more lo-fi than the previous two as well, I thought. Apart from the bridge, that was great. And said it once, I'll say it again. Solange's hook makes this song for me.
I still listen to the album. Solange.
You know what? Tyler, after releasing this, he thanked her because she's on like half the songs on this album.
Jeez, I didn't know she was that involved.
And he said that When I Get Home is the best thing he's ever worked on.
Hell yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, no. Didn't Tyler produce nearly all the tracks?
He sung on a lot of it. I don't think he produced that much.
Ah, okay. I thought perhaps they're returning the favor. She's returning the favor. Yeah. Then it's just running out of time, which has these very So whereas the last three tracks have been this new direction and this new sound, and I don't think they can be compared to his previous tracks, or like I don't think that they're sonically similar. But running out of time, I was getting these very heavy Wolf and Cherry Bomb vibes from it, with this the way he modulated his voice and with these jazzy chords.
When the synth line comes in as well after the chorus.
Yeah. And it's something about that. I don't like it when he does that. I love it when he does these. It feels cheap in my opinion. Just because he's been doing that for the past 6 albums. There's not a single one where he hasn't been using. There's. If I knew the chords, I'd be able to say them, because I would say them because like it's these same jazz chords that he plays following each other, and I reckon like they're on several of his tracks, like the same chords. And it's no problem using them. It's just the way they always come in the same way, either in the synth and it feels kind of lazy, like that's the vibe it gives off. It's this kind of lazy summery vibe, or he plays them on piano without effects. But it really just took me back to those albums. I was really hoping to get like, because he said don't listen to it as a Tyler the Creator album. I was hoping to have nothing of those previous albums in this, and that kind of soured the taste a bit for me and like running out of time. It reminded me a bit like of Wolf and Cherry Bomb and Bastard. No?
I mean, it probably wasn't the best song. It might have even been my least favorite.
Yeah. Definitely not my favorite.
But it adds to thing. You've sort of had the I think I'm in love, and now suddenly he's
Yeah, when it
trying to save the relationship. He's running out of time to make
when it
this person love him.
when it drops, the rhythm has this very nice sense of rhythm, and he says the word sublime like at least a dozen times in this drop. It was pretty funny. It has a sublime sense of rhythm, but it's definitely not my favorite track. New Magic Wand, on the other hand, is one of the better tracks in
Well, it
this
starts off
new.
with a bit of a philosophical thing, doesn't it? Sometimes you have
Yeah,
to...
there's a few of them which start off with like just those. Oh, they're not really ad libs. It's just like
This is deep though.
yeah,
Sometimes you have to close a door to open a window.
open a window. Yeah, and New Magic Wand has this very oppressive, distorted bass line.
The
With
heaviest
this
one on the album.
definitely with this stranger. This melody kind of counters that, being almost sounding innocent in a way.
Yes.
So
But
there's
the
a nice
lyrics definitely counter that as well. They're
yeah,
more like the
yeah.
beat.
There's a nice juxtaposition happening, and then there's a
I mean,
there's
how bitter and jealous does he sound on this album? On this song, I mean,
oh, very much so, very much so.
it's painted this picture of some female
Hmm.
trying to steal his man.
Oh yeah, this is the one where it's you invited me for breakfast. Why is your ex?
No, that's a bit later. But he's
Ah,
he's like, I saw a photo. You look joyous, and my eyes are green. I eat my veggies. Although eating your veggies doesn't make your eyes green. That's the jealousy instead. Very deep.
ah.
And
Okay, I didn't get that wordplay.
He keeps on repeating in the chorus, "Please don't leave me," with a Santi Gold sort of backing it up, shouting, "Don't leave." And I don't know who the one shouted "New Magic Wonders." I think that might be Tyler, just with lots of effects on his voice.
And there's it built. I was a big fan of the bridge that happens here. There's oh yeah. Coming back to this,
I always think it's the end of the song, even though I've listened to the album like 10 times.
yeah. But it really effectively builds this tension with this piercing synth, and then Tyler comes in like very hard with this unrelenting like burst, like flurry of bars, and there's this burst from the synth, and it comes together pretty nicely at the end, and it's very there's a lot of presence towards the end.
And he does repeat sort of what he said earlier, but then goes into this incredibly fast rap verse, and I think that's pretty epic. And this is for me, the 3 best songs on the album, one after the other, or maybe 4 even.
Yeah, but I think this and the next track, "A Boy Is a Gun,"
Boy Is a Gun,
are 2 of the best tracks in this.
You know what's interesting about this one? It sounds a lot like a Kanye beat, I think. And he also samples the same song that he sampled on Bound too.
What track was the sample?
I can't remember.
Okay, don't worry. Oh, this has my favorite lyric on the whole album. Actually, this track.
Mm-hmm.
You're my favorite garçon. I like that.
Yeah, I remember him saying that in Flower Boy as well. That seems to be the only French word he knows.
Yeah. It's no, he has said it before.
Favorite boy.
Or perhaps he's coming. Perhaps it's the same person he's referring to.
Well, maybe. And it's sort of describing this person as a weapon, a boy being a gun, and the fact of rejecting or dumping him would literally be like being shot. Hence the constant repetition of "Don't shoot me down."
And that's why there's this very there's this heavy gunshot motif where there's several guns being loaded and fired in the instrumental.
And he also says at the beginning of, I think, both verses that "you so motherfucking dangerous."
Yeah, he does.
For this exact reason, I like this song an awful lot, and I think
me too.
Solange is singing on this one as well.
Yeah, I think it's pardon me. It has this vulnerability to it, which is furthered on Puppet. It sets up Puppet very well, I feel,
Yes.
and it follows on very well from New Magic Wand. It's well, you were talking about there being a streak of great tracks is entirely true, and it's these three tracks really kind of cut into the core of the concept of this project,
Hmm.
and I'm very happy to see that from Tyler actually. Like this part is so it's so well knitted like together, and it's so efficiently done. I'm a big fan of this. I don't like it when there's other tracks which appear to be a bit superfluous in it, but these tracks are definitely not that. Is there any more to say about Boys a Gun?
No, Boys a Gun is done for me anyway.
It's my favorite on the album.
Oh really? I think
Yeah.
probably New Magic Wand is mine.
I mean, it's a good track. I'm not going to complain about that.
Or
Then it's
Earthquake.
Earthquake. Earthquake is good.
Puppet.
There's
This
Puppet.
is another one that sounds more like something he's done before, instrumentally wise.
But it's it's what he does lyrically. I was a very big fan of. It was different to what he.
He
'Cause,
doesn't usually tell stories like this, does he?
No, and it's not. It's never been. It's never like as vulnerable as he is here. The whole point of this song is that he is someone else's puppet. He is.
Oh, he's trying to do everything to keep this relationship still going. He's driving over an hour to their house to meet with them, to talk, to try and sort this out. He's saying he's offering them anything to stay. I think at the end of the verse he was saying stuff like, "What do you need? Bread, company? I can give you whatever you need." Before going into the chorus, like you said, where he's saying, "I'm your puppet. You control me. Do whatever you want with me. Just."
But it's not a good relationship.
No, clearly not.
No. And then there's this part towards the end where everything shifts like down an octave, and it kind of takes on this strange soundscape. It becomes almost, I guess, because of the is it codependency where someone's like that, where someone is someone else's puppet.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because then it turns into this kind of, it has this almost it becomes dreamlike, and it has this part of it is nightmarish, and other part of it is very pleasant with these with some of the synths.
And I think
it's a very interesting sound.
I think it plays out beautifully because it goes to this bit, and then the second time the chorus comes, or when he repeats for the second time, then you got Kanye singing over the top, and I think he's meant to be playing as like what he's thinking inside. So outside he's like saying, "I'm your puppet, you control me," and inside he's thinking, "Did I wait too long?" And like, maybe it's not a good idea. Good. Then his I think that's also why maybe his verse starts quite loud and gets progressively quieter until you can't hear what he's saying anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And it all sounds certainly from this point on that this is a doomed love. And then, like you said, the beat then sort of switches, and he uses that weird siren thing that he seems to keep using as well that I really don't like.
I don't remember the siren.
In the second half,
it's fine. I'll probably hear it the next time I listen
it just
to it.
sort of jangles out, and it's quite a nice outro apart from the siren. And it keeps having that Kanye ad-lib and Solange singing, and it's just quite nice.
Yeah, I think it closes up the streak of songs pretty well. I think do you think What's Good carries on that streak?
It's sort of like you've got until New Magic Wand. It's sort of quite quiet, not quiet, but like production's really smooth and regal. And then you've got these 4 songs that are the bangers, if you like.
Yeah, okay.
And then it goes back to that sound for the last 3 songs. I think that's the streak it has here.
Yep. It'd be interesting.
What's good though is probably the only song that doesn't really fit the narrative of the song. There doesn't seem to be anything apart from the "I See the Light" thing, which is him knowing what he has to do.
Yeah, this is I guess that makes sense because the first time I listened to it, I was kind of a bit puzzled as to why that was why he was saying that. Then there's these Dracula bars, like he is rapping about being Dracula or about Dracula and
I
vampires.
think that was
something
more
like
of it sounded to me like it was more of a head reference than
okay.
a vampire. Because he's saying, "You suck me like Dracula, then maybe I'll get back at you."
Yeah. Okay.
I like the start of I like the first beat when Tyler's just coming in and like, if the cops ask my name, bitch, I'm Igor. All nice. The I See the Light was from UK rapper Slow Tie, which was a bit of a random cameo, but there you go.
Yeah, what the hell?
Then like you said, the second bit, the synths are really hard here as well.
Hmm.
And the
And
beat
it's
comes back in.
I was a fan of the very like abrasive EQ'd vocals, what he'd done to his vocals there. I thought that was really interesting. And then how it is more calm at the end, it feels like much more of a trip. So I mean the track has a journey, but it's I don't really know where it sits quite in the album. Like yeah.
I mean, it
I
could
think,
be maybe his clearing his head,
yeah.
getting clarity, and deciding he has to move on.
That does make sense because then it goes into Gone Gone, Thank You, the seemingly obligatory double track that Tyler always does on every single one of his albums.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a massive song. It's 7 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's good. Perhaps it is because he does have this clarity now. There's not this. There isn't like a dark, oppressive synth on this. It's more light-hearted indie guitars and somewhat to an extent a cheesy vibe, but
a little bit. When I first heard it the first few times, I thought it sounded a bit like a boy band type song.
It reminded me of
before Tyler's verse, anyway.
Yeah, it reminded me of some of the tracks on like on the Saturation trilogy where they have like Team or some other ones where they have these indie guitars and they're all singing like a boy band. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But it ends up finding its place and sinking into this like soulful vibe. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of his soulful chords here, but I don't think it's that awful. But of like it wasn't what I was hoping from. I was hoping for something like take like On Cherry Bomb is a fucking young perfect, which works very well. They go into each other very well. I think they're in the same like vein sonically and thematically. Whereas here, like, and also they're just interesting to listen to, and it's like pretty funny. Gone Gone, Thank You. It's just I don't know. I thought it was a bit dead, to be honest.
Well, I quite like Tyler's very bitter sounding verse, saying things like "There's poison in that gumbo."
Okay.
So this is a toxic relationship, and ups and downs. And the bit where he says, "The weatherman said it wasn't raining. My stupid ass brought umbrellas, but then I saw the cloud over your head and felt better." So obviously, this is game over. And then the second half, Thank You, for me, that is when they break up.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for everything. Goodbye. And then it moves into I don't love you anymore, which is more of the sitting in your room, watching sad films.
Yeah, to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's
with these really sort of downtrodden verses, and I thought actually when he was singing with CeeLo Green and Solange at the end of the song, I thought that was really nice.
Oh, I didn't know CeeLo Green was on this.
Yeah, just this one song.
Yeah, there's the vocal which is saying "I don't love you anymore." It feels kind of squeezed out, like it's a strain to say it, and
it's an Al Green sample.
Oh, well, I liked it. I thought it worked pretty well because it kind of emphasized the vulnerability.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Tyra in that. in that kind of place. And then it ends on Are We Still Friends? This
Closer
full
of
on,
the year.
yes, this full on like a genuine crescendo and a full on like soul song, pretty much. That's what it
And
strikes
it
me
was
as.
very sort of noughties Pharrell inspired, so it was fitting that he was singing on this song as well.
Ah, Tyler does love Pharrell.
He does. He's had him on every album since Wolf. That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Was it? He was on Keep the O's on a Cherry Bomb.
And the closer on Flower Boy as well.
Yeah.
And I think it just wraps it up so nicely.
It does. It does. Nicely. It feels it's a natural closer.
So they've broken up. He's got over it. And now
Well,
they're
no,
trying
it's
to still be
from
friends.
it's even from the start. Like Earthquake is when he sees them, then like running out of time, and then there's this very long drawn out breakup, and then so they're kind of breaking up and things are bad longer than they're good on this album. And I really like the fact that we're able to get that story from this just from the soundscapes, as well as I guess the lyrics. The lyrics are important, but I mean, like what he's done with the music, it tells the story for him as well. I think that's really well done.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's really come into his own.
And so for me, I'm going to have to disagree with that. I think this trumps Flower Boy in my personal opinion.
Okay.
I prefer.
Well,
I think there are no songs here that I wouldn't listen to, whereas songs like Glitter I can't stand really.
yeah, there's only
so
no,
for that reason,
only...
it's my favourite.
That's good. I think Flower Boy's still my favorite, just because it's a bit sunnier, and there's only the one song I don't really like, which is Ain't Got Time. But I think Igor is definitely a close second, and I think it's a much more compact, a much more like I'm gonna say it again, it's a much more efficient project, and I think it deserves all the praise it's getting. Yeah, it really does. Tyler's really come into his own, and it shows. And I'm gonna give it 8 to 9.
I'm going to give it a light 9.
Ooh, light 9. Okay.
I don't think it's better than When I Get Home.
No.
Or Thank You Next, but it's still very good.
Okay.
Very good.
And so on to Father of Assad by DJ Khaled.
I can't believe this is his
Why did you want to cover
11th
this?
album. It's DJ Khaled.
Okay.
We the best.
We the best. Master Key.
I thought there's always going to be like one or two collabs that are just nice and they're good, but I think
Are you sure you haven't been paid off? That he hasn't given you the money. Said like, buy your mama a house. Buy your sister.
I wish.
Buy your family house.
So did you not like any of the songs on here? Not one.
Here's the thing. No, this is why I'm conflicted about it. Because I actually like some of the tracks, but I really want to hate it. Well, I want to hate it because it just seems like a pointless project. But I guess
it is really. It's a DJ Khaled album.
But then again, music doesn't need a point for existing, like art, like any other form of art. I mean, it seems vapid, but from his production, he has actually put quite a bit of effort into it.
And for once, he actually contributed to the production on every song. Usually, he doesn't even do that.
Wait, what the hell is that called a DJ Khaled album? Man?
Well, he used to produce the songs himself. Then he went into a phase of literally putting the songs together. He didn't contribute anything apart from saying his name. And now he's got, on the last two albums, he's come back to do a bit more production. Although the only one that he has sole credits on is Just Us, which is, to all intents and purposes, the Sorry Miss Jackson beat with SZA phoning it in on it.
God.
I
Have you
think
seen the music video?
no, I didn't know there
There's
was
like,
one.
well, when you play it on Spotify, this video comes up, and it's like, it's SZA and Khaled in like Greek armor, Spartan kicking people off of a bloody mountain. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Well, she was really excited about this song. She was like, I've been waiting 15 years to have Khaled scream my name. And I don't believe that because she phoned this performance in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really listen fully to any of the tracks. It was more
I
like
didn't expect anything else. So I mean, I have some highlights. I thought Wish Wish was pretty good, apart from Cardi B's hook. That was pretty trash.
But kind of
the 21 Savage feature was good, and she went real hard on her verses as well.
Yeah, have you noticed how it on the two tracks with is it Baja Banton or
Buja Banton?
Buja
Yeah,
Banton?
the two reggae songs.
Yeah, there's
They
two reggae
randomly-
tracks.
They
Yeah,
randomly made bookmark the album.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. He just
So-
okay, yeah, I gotta.
He always seems to do this for some reason. I don't know why. I really liked. Sorry, I just want to get my highlights out of the way before we
Don't
poop on
worry,
this
don't-
album. I thought Higher was like a genuinely really good put together song. The beat
Mhm.
was good. John Lennon's hook, John Legend even. His
John
hook was
Lennon?
good. No, it wasn't John Lennon. And Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Two
Yeah.
great verses. I thought Weather the Storm, Meek Mill and Lil Baby, that was a good collaboration. And the Big Sean song, Thank You at the end, was fantastic. And that's it for me. I thought the opener, Holy Mountain, was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It starts off with that dancehall sample. Then Movado and 070 Shake were doing some nice things at the beginning, I thought. And then it just, like, about a minute in, it just cuts out. Then this trap bass comes in, and they start talking about how Assad is the second coming, which it's just completely ridiculous.
But if there's one thing, I mean, even though I may not like, I think his music's like, it's well produced, but just well produced. It's nothing special. But if there's one thing that DJ Khaled is going for, I think honestly, like he's pretty wholesome. He seems like a wholesome guy. He just loves his son. Like that's it.
You shouldn't get a bunch of artists to paint him as a picture of probably the Prophet Muhammad Part 2.
I really hope he doesn't grow up with some kind of big ego complex.
I mean, so Wish Wish was by Tay Keith. That beat was great. And then literally the next song was also produced by him, Jealous. That was terrible. Just Us, the Sorry Miss Jackson feature, we already said that. That was pretty awful.
I was a bit annoyed by that sample actually. Like
You Stay, he always seems to do one of these songs where he fits about 5 features on a song. None of them really work together that well. And it's just a mess. There was absolutely no chemistry between Post Malone and Travis Scott, I didn't think.
Yeah. I didn't really even listen to that track. I don't know. I thought Astro was good, but having heard Travis Scott and like other tracks since, like I don't think he does features very well. Like lately,
he used to. I think people like his sound so recognizable and so big that he that they try and give him more of the headlines than he perhaps needs to. And I thought that also, just to finish off, the 2 singles, Top Off and No Brainer, are both terrible. I hated them when they came out, and I don't like them still. And then, as I'm sure you'd like to mention, the Holy Ground, the closer. It's just a terrible dancehall song.
I really don't get why these tracks need to have reggae beats. Like it just comes out of nowhere. It starts off with it and it ends with it. Okay, that's I guess nice. It's like cyclical, but
He likes
sounds-
reggae.
But it sounds. Why does he just do a reggae album? If I want to listen to reggae, I'll listen to at least Scratch Perry or something.
The DJ Khaled reggae album.
Or, that sounds like a good meme though.
I think he is enough. He could probably do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he knows it won't stream as well as making a bunch of trap songs
Whoa,
for your
it's
favourite
bad.
artists. So he's not gonna
Yeah,
do
I
it.
was really taken aback by the feature on this. It's like SZA, Nas, CeeLo Green, Chance the Rapper, as well as like Travis Scott, Justin Bieber, and there's like 21 Savage, Cardi B. There's so many people on this, and it's trash. Well, yeah, I really wasn't expecting there to be so many people. To be honest, I didn't even know CeeLo Green still did music.
He pops
It
out
is just
features
a
every
pile
now
of
and then.
shit, really, isn't it?
Whoa!
There he is. Oh,
Sorry,
he's
I
coming.
I thought I'd sneak up on you there.
He's coming to see Khaled out.
Yeah.
So go ahead, take him to the cleaners, Connor.
Well, I mean, if I could, I don't even know how to explain it. Have you ever done a shit so bad? You just look at it and think DJ Khaled's new album. That's the best way I can explain it, really. I don't really know. But,
Did
yeah.
you know CeeLo Green still did music, Connor?
Not until yesterday when I listened to the album.
He's done loads of things.
Yeah.
He was on that Big Crit album. He was on Igor.
Was he on Eagle? I didn't know that.
He was on.
Yeah. So
We've already broken this news.
he was on I Don't Love You Anymore. Was he?
Yeah, maybe if you woke up earlier.
Oh yeah. if
Wait,
if I woke up earlier, I would have done it.
What would you have rated
he does
Eagle?
a couple of features every now and then.
Oh, I loved that album.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
What would you rate it?
What would I rate it?
Yeah.
I would give it a strong 9.
Or we've had 8 to 9, light 9, strong 9. This is a good average.
This is this is a good one. I like it. I think it's the best one that he's done.
Sorry, you're giving Khaled a 9.
Oh yeah, you're
No,
giving
fuck
Father
off.
a Son.
No, not a 9, a 10. Khaled's a 10.
Did you like any of the songs on here?
I didn't. To be fair, I thought the one with Cardi B.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but I thought she went off a bit on that.
Okay.
She's
but apart
saying
from that,
her saying that her box should become gift wrapped was a bit disgusting in my opinion.
a little bit, yeah, but that's Cardi B for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Nipsey Hussle one was good and the Big Sean one was good.
Yeah, I quite like the Nipsey Hussle one actually, but yeah, that was it really.
Yeah, like we said, I just don't understand why it was like a collaborative trap album bookmarked by, bookended by two
reggae tracks.
dancehall songs.
Reggae.
It's just
It was very strange.
Just do one or the other, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I was quite confused at the beginning with what was going on. Like the first song, it was just like
There's a lot of messy songs on there. I think if anyone's going to give this more than a 2, you're being quite generous.
I was gonna give it a 3 for a second, but I think a 2 because it's not a 0. It's not a 0 at all because I mean, he's actually like produced the tracks and like there is some work that's gone into it, but it's just none of it is particularly good.
Mm-hmm.
It just it strikes me as very vapid, and it seems like it's like the whole project is there to self-fillet himself, his ego, and then like show him how much of a good dad he is.
Look how many friends I have.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you think about the one with SZA?
Have you seen the music video, Connor?
No, I haven't.
Have you watched it on Spotify? Like, have you seen the track?
I've seen like a bit of it where she's like she's in armor and like,
Yeah, on a mountain, like kicking people off of it.
Yeah.
What is it? She's got a real violent streak because on the Doves in the Wind video, she was beating up Kendrick Lamar.
I
Yeah.
think she's a bit aggressive, actually.
Man. But yeah, that's whoever cleared that sample should be hung. What the hell?
I
That's
used
a
to
classic song.
I had so much respect for her up until now. I mean,
yeah, I honestly,
still
like,
do
I
to
didn't
an
see that
extent.
coming at all.
Yeah,
No, I mean, like, what's she doing on such a vapid, like,
I
piece
know,
like
it's
this?
confusing. Like, why? I don't know.
Did
He must have given her the biggest
He
check
must.
ever because
No. He must have dirt on her or something. Yeah, it's either a big check or it's dirt.
Well, because she was promoting it and sounded so happy that it happened, but then when I heard her performance, she's like, you phoned it in so bad over the Sorry Miss Jackson beat. I just don't know why. Oh my god, who
I
cleared
wonder
it?
I wonder how Outcasts feel about that.
I mean,
They must not know. Andre 3000 would not have let this happen.
Andre 3000
No,
rolling
but
in his grave if he was dead. But he's not
Yes.
dead, so.
I mean, like, no, they'd have to know. They'd have to pay royalties for the sample.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
someone's cleared this. Someone's went, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't change any of it at all. Literally use the same beat.
Yeah,
No,
exactly the same thing.
At least
no,
when
they
he
did change it. They changed
No,
it. They put it down. They put it down an octave or something.
Yeah, but they didn't change it much.
No. It had the
I
same
mean,
beat and it was the same chord.
At least
Yeah.
with the Santana sample on Wild Thoughts, at least he added some things to it. It wasn't literally Maria. This was criminal.
Disgusting.
All
So
right,
yeah,
giving it a 2.
I like to.
I like
Polite.
2 for me as well.
Which is
Maybe
ironic
generous
because you
side.
came in calling it a number 2 as well, didn't you?
Yes. Wait, did I?
Yeah, you said it was like a shit.
There you go.
All right, let's talk about Groceries by Chance the Rapper.
Fuck. He said his album's coming out in July.
Yeah, I didn't know he'd been dropping singles. I went after I listened to this, I listened to the other singles that he's done.
What, like
And,
he's done about 7, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
I
done
only heard
quite a
2.
few.
I had like The Man Who Has Everything and another track, and I thought both of them were better than this, if I'm being honest.
This
Yeah.
was the most I've heard him muck around on a song.
Well, it
It's
wasn't
just
good.
ridiculous. I thought
Yeah.
the Murder Beats thing was pretty good. I liked what he did on the song.
I hated the sample. I hated the beat. I really didn't like
You
it.
didn't like the
Because,
beat?
like,
The beat was
no,
a good
because-
bit for me.
But yeah, it was the best bit of the track, but I really didn't like it. I didn't like what it stood for. Like, okay, it's all right for an artist to evolve, but like Chance's whole like USP, the thing that made him special was he had this kind of wholesome aesthetic on like coloring book, and on even though he can rap about some like kind of not dark stuff, but like it's not wholesome stuff, you know. It's like, but he just always had this like wholesome vibe, I thought, and he really doesn't have this at all on this track. It seems completely different. It has. I mean, even though it has this innocent sounding melody, this like 808 is way too thick.
I thought it was a fun song.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun song, but it didn't have that same just like blessed vibe that like the rest of his stuff does. It seemed different, and
I don't know. He was still
in a bad way.
promoting young Chicago talent in Tis a Korean. The hook was pretty dumb, just about used to being able to carry all the groceries in one trip, and now he's a bit more unfit. And then he like lyrics like saying, "I'm a big star like I'm Patrick. I choose you like I'm Ash. And I used to want to eat, but the drawer was full of sporks."
Sporks.
But then why couldn't you eat with the sporks?
Yes,
Yeah,
sporks are the most useful utensil. It's
You know
literally
what? I think when I move out, I'm just going to get a bunch of sporks.
Yeah, man.
Because they can do
Save money.
have,
They can
you
do
can have
everything.
dinner and pudding with one thing.
And you can have breakfast.
Saves you washing up.
Saving the planet.
Yeah,
Saving the fishies.
it's
Damn
a good
it.
idea.
Damn it, Chance, don't shit on sporks.
Yeah, man. What the hell?
I thought
Sorry,
it was,
Econ.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun, but a little bit forgettable. Like I thought the other
Second
songs
that.
released,
I'll second that.
like months ago, were a lot better than this one.
Yeah.
But,
And
yeah,
they felt more like something he would put out. This felt like a bit out of left field for him.
yeah.
Or like
I'm pretty sure this won't touch his album. That's all I'm gonna say.
probably not. Well, hopefully not. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't really see where I'd fit in it, like alongside the others. But okay, I guess that rounds up this week.
I am Igor.
Igor.
And you've been the Listening Millions.
And this Igorcast is now closed.
Goodbye.
Free take A.